Welcome to my channel Merindanze, Agri Consultation Farm and Agrovet. Our today farmer is Mr. Muriuki, who is taking us through avocado show. We also have two experts, that is Jacob Vaati and Bernard Miner. So please, Mr. Muriuki, can you take us through your avocado production? You can start with whole making.
Thank you, Mary. Welcome to my orchard. The farm is roughly 5 acres. And the trees are just around 600 trees. Yeah. And we started planting late 2017, early 2018. Yes. And the way we prepared, we dug the holes, 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Yes. Then we mixed manure, farm manure, with the soil. Yes. We put it back into the hole. Yes. And then we planted the seedling. And put a little bit of water at that time. It was a wet season, so not too much water. Yes, that's what we did. Then in terms of nurturing,
will you kindly explain the spacing?
Thank you. The spacing we worked with was very generous, and you can see 7 meter by 7 meter. That is 21 feet.
So why did you choose such space?
For a couple of reasons. The main one was to make sure that we have continuous aeration and the sunlight. Yes. I didn't want to have the trees forming canopies and interlocking and creating challenges on airflow and sunlight. Yes. That is why I worked with this generous spacing. And also to create free movement of people as they harvest and as they weed. Yes. That was the reason behind the wide spacing.
So please, can you tell the farmers why sunlight is important to the crop?
I'm a bit of a layman, but I'll try. Yes. Sunlight is good in photosynthesis. The plant needs the light to grow and to make fruits. So if you deny the trees enough light, you don't get strong fruits. And also the trees will keep on growing tall for the sunlight. So they'll waste the energy growing tall as opposed to giving you fruit. That is the way I understand the sunlight. Very important. And you can see the land is sloping. It is sloping towards the rising sun. I have another farm, 10 acres, the other end. It slopes the other way around. So I think when I plant there, I've not planted. We'll see how we'll capture the sun. But this one is nicely facing the sun. Morning hours, the sun is good.
Now tell us about maintenance, how you maintain the young seedling.
Very good. Maintenance is basically the weeding. Yes. A bit of application of manure. I avoided fertilizers. I wanted to try and do something organic. In this area, there's a lot of supply of farm manure. Cow manure and goat manure. It's plenty. And you saw some as you came in. So do you purchase it or you get it free? I get it free from my neighbors. All I take here is transport. Yeah. They have a lot of donkey carts here. I tell them just put it on the farm. And they try to clear their homesteads. If you walk around here, the homesteads are full of manure and they have no market. So I help them dispose the manure. Actually, I tell them, get it on my farm, I'll pay you for transport. So I've been avoiding fertilizers. And again, the land, initially it was a forest. So it has not been overused. The nutrients are still high. So I've been avoiding artificial fertilizers in the initial stages. So it's just weeding and farm manure.
So you have talked about weeding. Tell us how you do your weeding.
Weeding, it's manual. We don't do herbicides. As you can see, we have intercropped with the food crops. We have potatoes, you can see we have beans, sometimes we have peas, we have pumpkins. So we avoid spraying with the herbicides. We just do the manual weeding. And I'm happy with that because sometimes the herbicides have a negative impact on the soil and the crop. So for now it is manual. And I would want to keep it that way for the foreseeable future. Yes.
Have you done any pruning so far?
No, I've not done pruning. I would actually be happy to have a bush crop for now.
Yes.
The space is very wide, it's very generous.
Yes.
And I think with a bush crop, it pulls more water from underground.
Yes.
Then I can prune when it starts to do the flowering.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've not done pruning for now.
You have not done. So have you done any harvesting, or this is your first harvesting?
This will be the maiden harvest. This will be the maiden harvest.
So when are you expecting your first harvesting?
This will be June, July, May, June, July, August. Those last 4 months. May, June, July, August. Yeah. I think like Laikipia,
Yes.
the fruit mature a bit late compared to the fruits in Murang'a, Nyeri, Kiambu, Machakos. So what I see in Laikipia, our harvests are a bit late, and that way we get some good pricing. They come in when the fruits have dried them from the market.
Oh, so you haven't done any harvesting?
Not commercial, just for the fruits that matured early.
Yeah.
We did kidogo harvest last year,
Yes.
not for selling. This is the first time I'll harvest to sell.
Have you predicted on the number of fruits that you're expecting from your orchard?
Yes, I
Trees.
have 30 trees.
Yes, fruiting trees.
Yes, 30.
Yes.
And I'm looking at an average of 100 fruits.
Yes.
So 30 times 100 fruits,
That is
3,000 fruits.
Yes.
That's like 3 tons,
Yes.
which for a start to me is very good.
it's okay.
Yes, it's very good. It will be the maiden harvest.
So do you have an idea of how you're supposed to harvest your fruits?
I have a rough idea.
Yeah.
As a telephone farmer, I think I should do like 500 fruits per tree, between 500 and 1,000.
Yeah.
If I do 500 fruits,
Yes.
and my trees are 600,
Yes.
that is probably 30 tons.
Yeah.
30 tons. Low, that is on the worst case scenario. So I'm looking at 30 tons to probably 60 tons, maybe 50 tons when I'm at full potential.
You are at full potential. What about the harvesting process?
The harvesting process, of course, will be manual.
Yes.
The fruits have to be hand picked
Yes.
with the stalk,
Yes.
so that we manage the subsequent flowering. We will harvest manually and grade manually. The whole process will be manual, so that we don't damage the fruits and the tree.
Yes.
Yes.
So can you tell us something about your market, your potential market?
The market is vibrant
Yes.
and growing.
Yes.
There is a local market which buys at farm gate prices,
Yes.
10 bob, 15 bob per fruit.
Yes.
There is also the export market
Yes.
to Middle East and Europe.
Yes.
And I'm in that part of the export system,
Yes.
and I will hope to push all these fruits, all of them, to the export
The
market,
export market.
where the
Yes.
margins are better. A fruit in the export market is $2 to $3, so it's
Can
good
you
money.
tell our farmers how you connected with the export market?
Thank you very much, Mary.
Yes.
I have some links in the Middle East. I have links in Dubai,
Yes.
Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
and Egypt.
Yes.
I'm developing something on Morocco,
Yes.
Morocco and Qatar.
Yeah.
That is 2021. Later on, I'll look at Europe. But that is my market link for now.
That's your market.
Yes, yes.
So you can advise them if they can connect with a different maybe exporter so that they can get through the market.
Yes, for the farmer who doesn't have a link to the export market,
Yes.
it's good they group together
Yes.
and reach the export market through an agent or a facilitator. And I can also come in there.
Yeah.
I can use my link
Yeah.
to create the link between the farmer and the market. So I can also be a facilitator.
Okay.
Yes,
Any
yes.
other non-exporter?
Yes, we have a number of exporters.
Yes.
We have AAA is a major exporter.
Yes.
We have Kakuzi, the biggest.
Yes.
We have KHE.
Yes.
I see other players. I see Ken Fresh,
Yes.
Cardia.
Yeah.
What are the main ones? Sunripe,
Yeah.
Sunfresh.
Yes.
They're quite a number.
Yeah.
Yes, the players are quite a number.
We also have East Africa.
East African
Yeah.
growers.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen them. They are
Okay.
there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Muriuki.
Karibu.
I think you have taken us through.
Yes.
Maybe now we can go to our experts. We
Yes.
have 2 experts.
Yes.
whom we have come with. So let's meet one of our experts, Bernard Miner. He's an horticulturist. Bernard, kindly can you advise Mr. Muriuki on what to improve on his orchard?
Yeah, thank you, Mary.
Yes.
And from what Mr. Muriuki has explained,
Yes.
you can really see
Yes.
he understands what he's doing,
Okay.
and he has a great interest in this industry.
Yeah.
And from the way he has prepared his hole,
Yes.
and it is great,
Yes.
and it is too, from the dimensions,
Yes.
you know, when you prepare the hole, it requires a bigger space for the root development.
Exactly.
So he has prepared 2.5 by 2.5,
Yes.
and it requires a depth of about 2 feet.
Yes.
So immediately after you prepare the hole,
Oh, yes.
then you mix the soil
Yes.
with the organic manure
Yes.
or the compost that you have.
Yes.
You completely mix.
Yes.
You thoroughly mix.
Yes.
Then you, after mixing, then you prepare now the hole somewhere there where you're going to place your tree.
Yeah.
Then you place your tree. When you're covering the tree, that base,
Yes.
leave a small basin
Yes.
where after you've done your watering,
Yes.
at least you can have
Hold water.
it can hold water.
Yes.
Yeah, but the tree,
Yes.
it is not very friendly to flooding,
Yes.
so you can't flood.
Yes.
So make sure
Yeah.
that after you have watered,
Yeah.
at least there can be a runoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's a run of water,
Yes.
then it drains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that,
Yes.
one thing, as every plant requires,
Yeah.
this tree requires a lot of water
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so if in this area,
Yeah.
you can rely on rain,
Yes.
but at the same time,
Yeah.
when this fruit is coming to, the tree is coming to fruiting,
Yes.
it requires a lot of water,
Yeah.
because the rate, the fruit,
Yeah.
it will act as a sink.
Yeah.
So there'll be a requirement.
Yes.
The fruit itself,
Yeah.
the texture, it has a percentage of moisture
Yes.
that it requires,
Yeah.
that the market requires.
Yes.
So the quality of the fruit
Yeah.
will be determined by the amount of water.
The amount of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the vigorosity of the tree. The tree.
Yes.
Yeah. So again,
Yes.
water is not the only thing.
Yes.
So you again require
Yes.
to do feeding
Yeah.
to you.
Commercial fertilizer.
Exactly. You will do commercial, and as you're applying your fertilizer, see, you've got the canopy of the tree.
Yes.
So when you're applying the fertilizer, you go to the you dig around
Yes.
the canopy.
Yeah.
So then you apply your fertilizer around,
Yeah.
because the way the tree has developed,
Yeah.
the size of the canopy,
Yes.
that's the same size of the feeder roots.
Yes.
So when you're applying the fertilizer, you dig around, you spray your fertilizer, then you do watering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you measure the canopy of the tree, then that's why you spread the fertilizer around the tree.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell Mr. Muriuki how he can maintain the young seedling.
Oh, the young seedling.
Yes.
See, the young seedling is just like a young kid.
Yes.
So it requires
Yes.
water as well.
More attention.
Yeah, more attention. So you also have to do, you control all the diseases,
Yes.
the fungal diseases.
Yes.
See, if you've done grafting,
Yes.
that joint,
Yes.
at some point, if it has not healed well,
Yes.
it can bring infections.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got to apply
Yes.
fungicides for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about the planting of the seedling to avoid the fungal infections? Is there any way that you can use to maybe control the fungicides or maybe the soil diseases? Maybe the way planting the seedling, maybe from the crown, soil up to the crown, or maybe should it be above or should it be at the level?
One, you should keep the tree weed free.
Yes.
Around the tree,
Yes.
it should be weed free.
Yes.
That means the area or the field must be of a very good hygiene.
Yeah.
So that hygiene,
Yes.
because poor hygiene
Yes.
causes the fungal infections. Yeah.
Exactly.
So there must be a very good hygiene in the field.
Yeah.
So if you probably have applied the mulch,
Yeah.
I can see when you apply the mulch to conserve water, make sure the mulch or the plants or the debris you've used, they are not from an infected crop that can transfer. Exactly, they should be clean.
So is it only fungal infections, or do you have any diseases which can go through that wound of the grafting?
Mostly it is fungus, and the tree, it is very rare you transplant a tree that has not well healed. From the nursery, it should be well maintained from the nursery. So when you're transplanting your tree, it should be the best quality.
Best quality.
Yeah.
So the point here is the seedling.
The seedling itself. So you have got to choose the best seedling for transplanting. Exactly.
So is Mr. Muriuki doing the right weeding?
Well, he's doing the right thing. I can see he's trying to do intercropping.
Intercropping, which is very important.
Which is very important.
Please explain the importance of the intercropping.
Now, intercropping, as you can see, for example, the leguminous crop, like we are having the beans and the peas, they are very good for nitrogen fixing. Yeah. So when it's planted around the canopy, it fixes nitrogen, which is required by the tree itself. So the intercropping, also you have to choose the kinds of crops. Yeah. You can't bring a maize crop just very close to the tree, or a crop that is going to grow higher than the tree. If you plant that kind of a crop, it's going to hinder the growth of the crop. It's going to affect the tree. Exactly. And the area now, we have a bigger spacing from one tree to the other. And so in between, to utilize this area, maybe for you can plant other crops, and maybe crops that can give you some cash. They're productive, and they're economical as well. So utilizing the area at the same time, you're getting something. Yeah.
What about the crops? They are the crops which share common diseases and common pests with the avocado. For example, FCM. We have some crops which also are host for FCM. So can you advise Mr. Muriuki on what crops that he shouldn't use to intercrop on his land because of such pests?
So you have other, especially they share with the other fruit crops. So if you are having a mango tree next to the avocado tree, if a mango tree has a FCM, you can transfer
it to the avocado tree. What about chilies?
Yeah, it's also chilies.
Has been having cases of FCM.
Yeah.
So Mr. Muriuki shouldn't use chilies on his orchard.
Exactly.
Because of FCM.
Yeah.
So we have already maintained our seedling. So what about take us through pruning? So tell us something about pruning, maybe the importance of doing the pruning, because Mr. Muriuki has not yet started his pruning. So you can advise him on pruning.
Now on pruning, you don't prune every branch. I mean, you don't remove every branch. You've got to be selective according to the potential of the branch. And one thing, a big canopy, it brings darkness inside there. There's no penetration of light. So one reason for pruning, it's to allow the penetration of light, which highly allows, it affects the fruiting, the flowering, and the food formation on the tree. Yeah. So when you're pruning, you prune at the center, at the tip. You allow there is a production around the tree, but at the center, at least there's an area where the sunlight can go direct to the crop, to the fruit.
Common avocado orchards or trees, I've noticed that most of them discourage vertical growth. Why?
We've got auxins, and when you do apical, you cut the apex, you allow development of the lateral branches. So the higher the number of the lateral branches, the higher the fruiting, the number of the fruits, and also the higher the production. So allow the capping or cutting the apical growth, it allows lateral branching. So it's economical and it brings to high production. Exactly.
What about the harvesting? Does it help in harvesting? Maybe the farmer will be able to pick the fruits easily without any struggling.
Yeah, if you check the variety he's using,
Yes.
it has variety,
Yes.
doesn't grow very tall.
Yes.
So picking of the crop, harvesting that is,
Yes.
it is easy,
Yes.
and it also prevents the damage of the tree.
Yes.
You know, when the tree is very tall,
Yes.
it will cause him to use maybe a lot of labor
Yes.
to get to the fruits that are very tall branches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
is according to the maybe the what is happening in Kenya today, is Mr. Muriuki doing the right thing to do the avocado production, or should he change to a different crop?
no, he's doing the right thing
Yes.
because the growth, the market,
Yes.
avocado market, because before you do any kind of enterprise
Yes.
or investment,
Yes.
you've got to understand the market.
Yes.
So one thing he has said,
Yes.
and he has shown he understands the market,
Yes.
and it is growing
Yes.
heavily and highly growing.
Yes.
And this means
Yes.
that what exactly he's doing, he
Yes.
understands. So he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one, he understands his the choices of the export market,
Yes.
because the export market, as he has explained, it has a higher capital than the local market.
Higher income, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. So, Mr. Bernard, you are a grower, so I don't know if you can tell us something about the market, because as an horticulturist, you must be aware of the market. You must be having an idea of the market. Maybe you can tell Mr. Muriuki about the market there. If there are any standards that he should meet to reach the export market, or is okay.
One,
Yes.
to reach that, you've got to understand the requirements of the market.
Yes.
So what is the percentage, the moisture content of the fruit
Yes.
that is required
Yes.
by the export market? Because there can be a lot of high moisture
Yeah.
than they are required.
Yes, so there
So
is the market specification.
exactly, and the size of the fruit.
The size of the fruit.
Yeah. So there's a lot that he has to do
Yes.
to understand the specifications. What is this that my marketer, my customer requires?
Yes.
Yeah. So you as an investor,
Yeah.
you've got to understand what is this that exactly he requires.
You haven't told us anything about the crop protection. How should he protect his crop from pests and diseases? He has the crop. The crop maybe has pests. So how do we go about it?
Now for the pests and diseases, as I've said, you can use using the fungicides
Yes, for
for the fungal diseases.
Yes.
So from right at the time from the seed, the tree is small, the seedlings,
Yes.
so to the growth, to the production, you've got to spray
Yes.
the right chemical
Yes.
for if it's fungicide.
What do you mean when you
And
tell
now,
him the right chemicals?
be-
What do you mean? Is it because of the market, or is it because of the survival of the tree? Why
both.
should you use both?
Yeah, because there is what the market requires.
Yes.
There is the chemicals
Yeah,
that
approved.
are approved for the tree or that specific fruit,
Yeah.
and you can't use for another crop.
Yes.
There's the ones that you can use for that tree, you cannot use for another crop.
Okay.
So that's exactly
Yes.
dictated by the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any other challenges, pest challenge? Maybe we have talked about FCM. So any other pest that affects the fruit?
Yeah, but FCM is the most serious.
Yes.
Yeah, because the moment it gets into the fruit,
Yes.
you can't take it out.
You can take it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Bernard. You've taken us through the process. Maybe we can proceed to our next expert. So let's meet our next expert, Jacob Vahati. He's an expert in avocado. Now maybe Jacob, you can take us through the production, how you can advise Mr. Muriuki. And you can also tell him where he's going wrong and comment on where he's going right, because we don't always look on the negative part of it. So tell us about the whole formation of avocado tree.
Orchard.
Yes.
Okay. Now, right from maybe from the crop, the orchard establishment, right from the hole making, it is always advisable you do a hole of 2.5 feet, 2.5. Then going downward, you can do 2 feet.
Yes.
The reason for this is for you to, the moment you do a big hole that is big enough,
Yes.
it will enable the roots
Yes.
to penetrate easily within
Yes.
the first 2 to 3 years of establishment.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you happen to do a small hole,
Yeah.
you will find after like 5 months to 1 year,
Yes.
the roots will have reached to the hard pan. And the moment they get to the hard pan, they will not penetrate easily.
Yeah.
If these roots, if they are not widespread, what
Yes.
do you expect? They will not be able to feed well, they will not get enough moisture. Then the crop will start now struggling for the growth.
Struggling for the growth.
When planting, then
Now,
after
kindly take us through the soil. The soil, the type of the soil, is the soil right for
yes.
the
Now
avocado?
avocado can do in a variety of soils. The only soil which is not advised is the sandy soil. You know, the disadvantage of the sandy soil is it loses water very easily. The moment
yes.
you subject water to it, it will lose easily. Then the other soil is clay soil.
Yes.
The disadvantage of clay soil is that it has high water holding capacity.
Yes.
The moment it rains or the moment you do irrigation,
Yes.
it will hold water for more hours
Yes.
and for more days.
Yes.
The moment it holds water for more days, this crop is not water friendly.
Yes.
It will die.
Yeah.
There's a sort of root rot.
Yeah.
So the other soils, the another soil to avoid is marram. You know, marram is not that, its structure is not that good.
It's not that good for
But
the roots.
if,
Yes.
it's always said, if you have enough farmyard manure,
Yes.
it can help to improve your
Soil.
your soil.
Okay.
If it may be that the marram soil.
Alkalinity.
Alkalinity, it should range between 5.5 to 6.5.
5.5 to 6.5,
Yeah, yes.
Mr. Murioki.
Yes, yes.
So now tell us about the seedling, planting the seedling.
No, from the
And
seedling,
maybe you can give us various areas where we can get
okay.
good seedlings.
From seedling,
Yes.
before you take your seedling from your nursery to the final field,
Yes.
you should make sure your seedling
Yes.
it has been hardened. What
Yes.
I mean by hardened is that don't just take your seedling direct from the nursery to the field. There is that a period of 2 weeks to 4 weeks, such
Yes.
that from the double net, subject it to the final environment.
To the exposes to the
Yeah,
normal
yes,
temperatures
yes.
and maybe
Then
environment.
from there you can take to your field.
Yes.
Then once it gets to your field,
Yes.
now you can plant your seed. When you are planting,
Yes.
after you have made your hole,
Yes.
it's always advisable, make sure you backfill all your soil. Before backfilling your soil,
Yes.
if you are doing the organic way,
Yes.
for you to achieve the ratio of 1:1, the mixing of soil and manure, the moment you take your soil to the ground, you come and sprinkle your fertilizer or your organic manure on top of the soil.
Yes.
Then when you are backfilling, you can use a fork or
Yes.
a jembe to backfill.
Yes.
This one, it will help you to attain the ratio of 1:1 mixing.
Yes.
To avoid maybe if it's fertilizer being in one portion,
Yes.
which can burn the roots.
Yes.
Then make sure
So you're getting your soil to 1 point, or it is on the 4 points of the hole.
maybe it's also advisable when you are digging your hole.
Yes.
Put your soil like in
One
two or four portions.
4 portions.
Yes.
Yes.
Then after that, come backfill your soil,
Yes.
backfill your hole.
Yes.
When you're backfilling your hole,
Yes.
make sure maybe if it's in area with issues of waterlogging,
Yes.
raise it a bit.
Yes.
Make sure where you are planting your seedling
Yeah.
is not of the same level and
With
the other
ground,
the other
the
ground.
normal ground.
This one
yes.
will help you to enhance drainage.
Yes.
Yes.
So the raising of the it's not the bed.
Yeah, you plant it in a it said you plant it in a mold.
In the mold you raise it.
Yeah, you raise it.
Okay.
This will help
For
in
drainage purposes.
Yes, yes.
So how should Mr. Muriuki maintain the young seedling?
Now, when it comes to maintaining young seedlings, now
Yes.
we need to look what are the challenges of a young seedling.
Yes.
When it's young,
Yeah.
like some of the pests, we have a very disturbing pest. It's called cystic weevil.
Weevils.
Cystic weevil eats on the leaves.
Yes.
The moment it is on the leaves, it will interfere with the photosynthetic
chlorophyll,
area, the
yeah.
chlorophyll.
Yes.
Those weevils, you can target them with chlorophyll. There is a chemical called dustban. Dustban works well on those weevils.
On the weevils.
Yes.
Yes.
Then there is another issue of some seedlings. After grafting, there is that graft union.
Yes.
It develops some fungus.
Yes.
To encounter those fungus,
Yeah.
there are some chemicals
Yes.
which you are advised.
Yes.
You can be spraying after every month.
Yes.
We have a combination of metalaxyl and mancozeb, like Ridomil.
Yes.
We have
Maybe you can give us the trade name of that chemical. Some trade names.
the metalaxyl and a combination of metalaxyl and mancozeb. It's
Yes.
Ridomil.
Ridomil.
Ridomil it's like from Syngenta.
Yes.
We have another chemical,
Yes.
Alliet.
Yes.
It also works well on those fungus.
Yes.
And we still, yes,
Yes.
those are the best two.
The best two.
Another challenge
Yes.
is root rot.
Root rot. Yes.
You may take your seedling from nursery when it's quite okay.
Yes.
But when it comes to the field, you
Yes.
might develop the issues of root rot.
Yes.
The same chemicals,
Yes.
you need to be dredging them.
Yes.
When you dredge within the root zone.
So they must be systemic.
They must be systemic.
Yes.
That is Ridomil, that
Yes.
is the mancozeb and the metalaxyl.
Yes.
We have that Alliet, aluminum phosphate. But when you are going maybe to source for your chemicals,
Yes.
sometimes you can go with the trade name. It's quite okay, but sometimes
For a farmer, you know, the trade name sometimes is very important.
okay.
Yes.
So maybe when you are dredging against those root rots,
Yeah.
you can be changing Alliet
Yes.
and that Ridomil.
Yes.
You can as well add Agrifite.
Yes.
Agrifite also works well on the issues of root rots.
So at what point
Yes.
should they spray those chemicals? Because I understand there is a stage of a crop where you shouldn't spray some chemicals.
It's always advisable you do this or this when the crop is less than from the day you transplanted
Yes.
within 0 to 3 years.
0 to 3 years.
Once
Beyond 3 years.
Beyond 3 years, those crops they are capable of strangling for such.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Another issue is maybe when you transplant your seedlings, it's always advisable when you transplant these seedlings are somehow when they are heated by the heat, they tend to dry up.
yes.
And the same graft union can as well dry up.
Dry.
So it's always advisable you
Yes.
paint it.
You
You
paint.
paint using the white immersion paint.
Yes.
It be known that white color reflects away heat.
Yes.
When you paint
Yes.
the stem part,
Yes.
it will be reflecting away the excess heat,
The excess
such that
heat.
the ceiling will not be hit in excess by the sunlight.
So the
sun.
sunlight to that stem
It will
can
not
cause
be too
dry-
much. Yeah. It
Yeah,
cannot.
shouldn't be too much.
Yes.
So the weeding, is he doing the
Weeding.
right weeding?
Exactly. It's doing the right weeding.
Yes.
You can do the weeding, but you can do it manually. You can
Yes.
have some mamas or some guys they do it using the jembes.
Yes.
If maybe weeds are too many or your area is big,
Yes.
you can as well use herbicides.
Yes.
But it's all depending with your choice.
At what rate and on which herbicide?
You can use the glyphosate. We have
Glyphosate,
the
that
Roundup,
Yes.
the Panga.
The panga, yes.
But this one
Yes.
will be dictated by your market.
Yes.
If you are doing organic,
Yes.
don't subject your crops
To the herbicides.
to herbicides.
True.
If you are doing inorganic,
Yeah.
you can use them.
Yes.
The importance of using these herbicides,
Yes.
when you compare the quality of the work,
Yes.
when you weed with herbicides,
Yes.
you will be assured in the next 3 months.
Yes.
Let's say if you spray herbicide here,
Yes.
when the weeds are actively growing,
Yeah.
you will have cleared, you will have cleaned your shamba for
Yeah.
like 3 months.
Yes.
The moment the manual one, you will have to come again and again and again.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's assume Mr. Muriuki didn't have the crops, the ground crops,
Yes.
and he's doing manual weeding.
Yes.
So which is costly, the manual weeding or the herbicide?
Herbicide is somewhat cost effective.
Yes.
Yes.
So
In this manner,
yes.
you can use one person
Yes.
to spray a big area.
Yes.
And the same,
Yeah.
it will take some period of time
Yes.
to see the weeds back.
To get the weeds back.
To see the weeds
Yeah.
back. Yes.
Okay. So herbicide is more economical compared to
Yes, it's
the
more cost
manual
effective
when
as
using
compared
labor.
to manual. But it will also depend with the cost of labor.
Yes.
Maybe if you are having some available labor,
Yes.
you must do your cost analysis.
Yeah.
Yes. If maybe you want to know which the way to take, you can do
Yeah.
your cost analysis.
Okay.
Herbicide way, the manual way. If you have a very, very cheap manual labor, you can
Yes.
use it.
So kindly tell us about the rates of the herbicides.
Herbicide,
Yes.
the minimum is
Maybe per
recommended.
knapsack.
Yeah. It's recommended you can use 150 mils
Uh-huh.
per knapsack.
Per
And it's always advisable to have some urea.
Yes.
This urea, when the weeds are actively growing,
Yeah.
when you put some urea,
Yes.
now that the weeds are very aggressive to the feeding,
Yes.
it will help. The moment it feels that there is a bit of urea,
Yes.
it will open up the stomata for the sake of feeding.
Yes.
By the time it's feeding,
Yes.
it's taking up the chemical.
The
So they will dry easily and
Yes.
effectively.
Effectively.
But it's also, but those rates are not constant.
Yes.
The rate will be determined by the age of the weeds.
The weeds.
If weeds are small,
Yeah.
when they are actively growing, you
Yeah.
can use a minimum rate of 150 mils per knapsack,
Yeah. Mr.
be
Jacob.
it 15 or 20 liters.
15
But
or
when the weeds ages,
Yes.
you can adjust your rate maybe to a double, 150 to 300.
So it depends with the mass of the weed.
The density and the age.
Okay.
When the weeds are too many,
Yes.
use high rate. When the weeds are very hot,
Few, yes.
high
Lower
rate.
rates.
Yes.
Mr. Jacob, you have talked about urea, and I
Yes.
remember that you have been described the DAP, or the starter fertilizer that can be used during the plant.
No, when you come to planting,
Yes.
it's always advisable you can start with the fertilizer, with the IP. The,
Yes.
fertilizer, the P fertilizer, we have DAP, we have TSP,
Yes.
and the rest. But the most recommendable are DAP
Yes.
and TSP. I think DAP has the highest phosphorus percentage with 46%.
Yes,
DAP.
that's true. So
DAP, you can use a rate of 50 grams
yes,
per hole.
50 grams per hole.
Yes.
And now because DAP, I believe there is ammonia
Yes,
extraction when it mixes with moisture.
Yes, yes.
So how should he do it?
As I
Mix
told
with
you,
the soil, yes.
don't just put in one place.
Yes.
Sprinkle it.
Yes.
In that soil, you have to backfill.
Yes.
In that case,
Yes.
it will make sure that you have all the fertilizers scattered
Yes.
within the hole,
Yeah.
but not in one portion.
Yeah.
The moment you have it in that one portion,
Yes.
it will scorch the roots. It will burn the roots, and the crop will die.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mr. Jacob, according to me, this crop is very bushy.
Yes, yes.
So, can you describe the kind of pruning that is required by Mr.
Sometimes it's always advisable to do some pruning. This pruning will help. This crop
Yes.
is to be in such a way that you can see through.
Yes.
Being able to see through,
Yes.
there will be enough air aeration.
Yes.
If there is not enough air aeration,
Yes.
it will bring the issues of fungus.
Yes.
And the moment it has been affected by the fungus, what do you expect? It will not grow the way it should grow, and you will not get a maximum production.
Yeah.
So prune it
Yes.
so that there is enough penetration of
Aeration,
light
yes.
for the issues of photosynthesis
Yes.
and air aeration.
Yeah.
When pruning,
Yeah.
try as much as possible
Yeah.
to reduce it to go up.
Yes. Yes.
Just come around it, then cut those shoots which are growing to reduce the issue of the apical dominance.
Yes.
You should encourage the lateral growth.
Yes.
Encourage lateral growth.
Yes.
So those shoots
Yes.
which are not within the uniform,
Yes.
cut them so that it can be uniform.
Yeah.
When it's uniform, it will be able to utilize the sunlight equally.
Yes.
There will not be issues of overshading.
Yes.
Yes.
So which
Now,
kind of branches to remove?
The branches to not all the branches the branches to remove.
Yes.
If your branches is facing this way,
Yeah.
remove the side shoots.
Yeah.
Some which are growing upwards from this one, or the ones which are growing downwards.
Okay.
Remove these ones. Some they are called water shoots. These shoots they will take water. They will take what? Food.
Yes.
And they are not productive.
Yes.
So there is no essence of them being there.
Yes. So, Mr.
When you come
Muruki-
like in these, some of these branches,
Yes.
and also you also prune to
Yes.
keep off
Yes.
this tree should
Yeah.
be off the ground.
Yes.
The moment
yes.
these trees they come into contact with the ground,
Yes.
they will absorb the soil pathogens and
Yes.
bring the issues of fungus
the
and the rest.
fungal diseases.
So within the stem,
Yeah.
make sure there is no any branch
Yes.
which is touching the
The ground.
Yes. Also, those other branches which are facing downward,
Yes.
remove them.
Yeah.
Yes. If now in this case,
Yes.
branches like some branches, you see branches like these ones,
Yeah.
you can remove some of these branches
Yes.
such that you can see through the
The
the plant.
Now we have been talking about our first tree to plant.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
can you describe the spacing? How we should space our
The
trees?
issue of spacing is debatable,
Yes.
and it will be determined some factors like the farmer what the farmer wants,
Yes.
and what else? what farmer
We
wants,
want
and the size of the land.
Here we are targeting population.
If you want the minimum, you can
Yes.
use 5 by 5.
Yes.
It is the ideal, and that is
Yes.
what many farmers and farmers are doing, 5 by
Yes.
5.
Yeah.
But if you feel this one is not comfortable for you,
Yes.
if you have some other use of your land,
Yes.
you can as well do 4 by 7.
Yes. That's when
Six-
you have other uses
Yes,
of your land.
yes, 4 by 7. You can
Yes.
use 6 by 4.
Yes.
Even other farmers are doing 10 by
10.
10 by 10.
Yes.
Those farmers maybe who are worried
Yes.
in the next 8 years, 10 years to come,
Yes.
my crops will have gone too big. I know the issues of they will have, but when you do 5 by 5
Yes.
and you manage your canopy,
Yes.
you are good to go.
Yeah. So 5 by 5 is a good
It
spacing.
is the ideal.
It's the ideal spacing.
Yes,
So
but
how
no
should
farmer
they-
should be worried. Maybe
Yeah.
if you use a big spacing,
Yeah.
you not be worried
Yeah.
in the same. Because if you use a big spacing,
Yes.
what it tells you is that you will not do too much aggressive pruning. You will not need to prune
Yes.
like the one who did 5 by 5.
Yes.
Because the one who did by 5 by 5
Yes.
will need a lot of pruning.
But here we are looking for production. We
Yes.
want high production.
So if you
We
want high
want
production,
to-
you saw the issues of population.
and
You
well
want high
usage
population.
of land.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So the best is 5 by 5.
5 by 5.
So Mr. Muriuki, you've heard that 5 by 5 is a very good spacing for market.
Yes.
So please tell Mr. Muriuki how he should, when planning his rows,
Yes.
what he should consider.
Some Ruki, it is said,
Yes.
when you are doing, although the issue of the way the rows should face,
Yes.
it is said you should plant east-west in direction. That is, your rows should be along the sun. The purpose of it, when the rows are along the sun, there will be no issues of overshading.
Okay, like now, this is the.
It's quite, it's quite,
Okay, the sun comes
yes.
out from.
Yes. Assume now if you had done it this way, what do you expect? In the morning hours, you are this one row will shade this one. When in the evening, this one will shade this one. And with these issues of shading, it's not a good practice. Yes, it should be along the sun.
So no, if
But
follows the sun.
now here, is it the terrain or the shape of the land? It can as well compromise you or whatever.
Yes.
If your shape of the land does not allow that, you will have no choice. You will have to have your rows from now the shape of the land will dictate.
Of course.
Yes. But if it can allow east-west, do that. Yes.
Can I ask a question before I forget it?
Yes.
The herbicides,
Yes.
when you are spraying,
Yes.
if those chemicals get in touch with the leaves, if you have a careless person spraying,
Yes.
and those chemicals end up
Yes.
in the leaves of the avocado tree,
Yes.
they cause some damage.
Obviously, it can as well dry up.
To
So what
create
you need,
stress.
yes, what you need to do when you are doing herbicide, you need to have a very careful sprayer. Then it's always advisable do them early in the morning when there is no that wind issues.
Yes.
Like right now, if you are spraying to avoid the issues of the spray drift,
Yes.
drifts. So if you have to do your herbicides, consider having a very careful sprayer. It can spray you during any day,
Yes.
or spray during the morning hours. In the morning hours, we don't have the issues of wind, so there will not, or late in the evening when there is no wind.
When there is no wind, to
Yes.
avoid
To avoid the spray drift, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So please explain to Mr. Muriuki how he should do his predictions.
Mr. Muriuki, when you are doing your predictions, the best way to do your prediction, you must get what we call a fruit count. You must go to a fruit, to a plant, then using the 4 cardinal points, because it is said these plants, they don't bear fruits equally because of the issues of sun. You might find it's north side, it has more fruits than any other cardinal side. So in an hectare, you can take like 25 trees. In those 25 trees, you must go from one tree to another. Count in these 3, how many fruits are you able to see? You don't just need to strain yourself too much to count all the fruits. No. Go to that tree. Then if it's north side, count those fruits you can see in your north side. If it has bared fruits in the 4 cardinal points, you can multiply by 4. Go to the next plant. Go to the other direction, the cardinal point. You can go either east or west. In that your west, count the number of fruits you can see in your west. Multiply by 4. Go to, in each and every tree, go in a different cardinal point. Now from there, you can sum all your total fruits, then you get an average. Once you get to an average, now you can comfortably say, in my orchard, the average or the fruit count is this, maybe 50 trees, 50 fruits per tree. Now, to get to a prediction, or what to expect, now you need to know how many fruited trees do you have. Because not all trees you have, maybe they are fruited. Now, once you get your fruited trees, multiply that by the fruit count. From there, now you'll be able to know, at the end of my harvest, I may get this number of fruits. To equate now, because you cannot say I have this number of fruits, you cannot, you not sell the number of fruits, you sell in mass, either it's tons or kgs. Now, once you get your fruit count, the number of fruits, you can equate this to the mass. How? You can take an average, avocados are always packed in kgs, in sizes. Like you hear there is size 20, size 24, starting from like size 12, the most common, size 12, size 14, 16, yes, 18, 20. So, and each carton should be of 4 kgs. And when you follow that, the wheat brand, the medium or the average size is like size 18. This size 18, what it means is that with size 18, you will have 18 pieces in one carton. This one carton is like 4 kgs. So you can equate, you can say, if 18 pieces can give me 4 kgs, what about my 1,000, my 1,000,000 what pieces? So it will be able to give you the kgs you expect. Then you can now equate from kgs to your tons.
So yes. Let's say, for example, Mr. Muriuki as an expert.
Then on the same, let me tell him something. Now, then when you are doing your prediction, don't do it too early. As you had said, what you expect, you expect fruit drop, like two fruit drops. So don't do your prediction when it's too early. Do your prediction like when it reaches the golf size. When it has reached, when you look at it, you see it's like there is no any fruit development.
Yes.
No, what now we are expecting. All the same when it has started showing the signs of maturity. When it starts turning from shiny green to dark green. Now you can do your prediction. Don't do it too early. When you do it early, the issues of fruit drop can compromise your predictions. Yes.
So let's say, for example, Mr. Muriuki has an export market with the customer who has specific sizes, and he wants to provoke that size. He wants to get exactly that size.
Yes.
Can you do anything to provoke that? To provoke size of the fruit?
Obviously, when you want big sizes, Mr. Muriuki, look at your irrigation. Make sure your fruits your trees are well irrigated. Then issues of feeding. When it comes to feeding, you can have your organic farm or your inorganic farm.
Yes.
When you have your organic farm, you can use the farmyard manure to feed your crops. There are also still those other those other organic fertilizers which are being sold in the shops. And I tend to think maybe they perform more better than the farmyard manure. You see that with the farmyard manure, it's a slow release. It is said when you do your farmyard manure, within that current year, it will just take 50% of that the nitrogen it has.
Yes.
Then it will utilize the rest of the 50% in the subsequent years. The same time, if maybe it's good you have that your farmyard manure, you can as well supplement it with other organic manures which are bought in the shops.
That's to increase the size of the fruit.
Yes, to have the big sizes. So the issue of big sizes, you have to manage your canopy to get big size, irrigate your trees well, make sure you feed your trees. Yes, and you know when you manage your canopy, I mean by manage your canopy, issues of pruning comes in.
Yes.
The moment you have a bushy crop, it will not produce too much because you will have some shoots which are not producing, are taking water and food.
And the number of fruits in a branch, can that affect the size of the fruit? If maybe the fruits are too many in that one branch, can that affect the size of the fruit?
It is said this crop does natural abortion.
Yes.
When it flowers,
there
are those flowers it will abort.
Yes.
That one should not scare you.
Yes.
Provided that you are giving enough water and you are feeding the way it should be fed.
Yeah.
It will also shed.
Yeah.
It will also do some fruit drop.
Yes.
first time, second time.
Yeah.
After it has done its second fruitful,
Yes.
what is remained,
Yes.
it can comfortably
Yeah.
withstand that. So follow your systems and it will give you what it should give you. But what you need to know is
Yeah.
one tree cannot give you, you cannot say that it will give me size 10. You will have all the sizes mixed there.
Yeah.
Yes. You will see that you will have that tree, it has big size, medium and small size.
Sizes. Can you give Mr. Muriuki a list of fertilizers that he can use? Maybe at what stage of the crop?
When this crop is growing,
Yeah.
between maybe from 0 to 2 to 3 years,
Yes.
what it needs here is just, it needs N,
Yes, that is
it
nitrogen.
needs P, that is
Yes.
phosphorus.
Yes.
You can use NPK 23-23 0.
Yes.
Then you be, yes, that is after every 2 months
Yes.
you do your NPK or CAN. You can use CAN and NPK.
Yeah.
Yes. There is no P in CAN.
So NPK would be
NPK, yes. You see, NPK, it will give you nitrogen, it will give you what? Phosphorus.
Yes.
But the advantage with which cane is potassium.
Potassium.
It needs potassium mostly when it's fruiting and yes. Yes. You can do CAN at the rate of, maybe you can start with 10 grams. Then when you go to the next month, keep increasing
Yes.
in 10 grams, till it reaches the age of 2 years. Yes. Feed after every 2 months.
Yes.
Then every time you feed, add 10 grams
Yeah.
on top of the previous.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't need to apply as much.
Now, from there, now you will need now the large quantities of fertilizers.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. The volume will go up now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big plant.
Okay. Mr. Muriuki is not doing drip irrigation,
Yes,
and most of the fertilizers you have to do it maybe manual.
the manual way.
So are all the fertilizers that you mentioned able to be applied manual?
Like like DAP is not soluble. You have to do
Yes,
DAP,
DAP you can do
manually.
it base dressing.
NPK is 17 is not soluble. You have
Yes,
to do it manually.
you can
But
do it
also
manual.
when it comes to feeding,
Yes.
make sure after every month do a foliar sprays of zinc
Foliar
sulfate
spray. Yes.
and calcium nitrate.
Calcium
That is
nitrates,
KNO3.
Yes.
To-
That
to-
is to supply calcium
Yeah, to
and
supplement the issues of the trace elements.
zinc. Okay.
Yes,
So okay, it's zinc sulfate and calcium.
yes.
Yeah.
Zinc sulfate and KNO3,
Oh,
potassium nitrate.
Okay, that is using a knapsack.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you can tell us about harvesting.
Now,
Take us through the harvesting process.
when you harvest in Samuriuki, to have a good crop in the next season, when you're harvesting, don't do an harvesting which may affect the crop.
Yes.
I'd pick your fruit this way. I'd pick it from this point.
Yes, from there. But I don't leave a scar there.
Yes. Yeah, maybe you can actually do it from this point to avoid it subjecting to wood from this. Then now when you are cutting you should make sure your fruit has a small size of the fruit stock. Otherwise, if the stockless,
Yes.
if you have stockless, they always compromise the issues of shelf life. This fruit will not ripen the normal way.
What should you use to cut
You
that?
can use some scissors,
Scissors.
but these scissors always make sure they are sanitized.
Yeah.
You disinfect them.
Do we have some special scissors
Yeah,
for
we
that?
have. You can use chlorine or Spockil.
So,
Yes.
or to disinfect,
To disinfect,
the tools.
Yes.
Okay, so post-harvesting handling, after harvesting?
Otherwise, it's said don't. It's not recommendable to harvest when it's raining.
Yes.
It will bring issues of bruises
Yes.
and lead cells.
Yes.
Also, when you are pruning, when you are harvesting,
Yeah.
don't have too many fruits in one crate.
Yeah.
The moment you have too many fruits, they will squeeze on the rest,
Yes.
and they will cause the issues of the external damages,
Yeah.
the bruising and the rest.
We have organizations in Kenya which have standards on growing fruits for export, or maybe any crop for export.
Yes.
Can you advise Mr. Muriuki on the same? And also touch the issue of MRLs.
Okay.
Yes.
And when it comes to the issues of when you are spraying your crops,
Yes.
as you have said, there is issues of organic way. When you are doing organic way, there is no the issues of MRL.
MRL, that's free.
But when you are doing confectional, there is this board by the name. It is the one which approves. Are these chemicals from the market
Yes.
They normally get information from the market.
Yes.
Are these market comfortable with these molecules?
Yes.
So PCBB, they normally have those approved lists
Yes.
of the chemicals which you can use in your
So when I
crops.
go to the Agrovet, I
Yes.
should insist on the PCB approved.
Yes, yes.
that I'm buying.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I think Mr. Muriuki should have a list
Yes.
of products approved for the crop.
Yes.
So when he goes to the Agrovet,
Yes.
he knows what to ask for.
Yes, yes. You should also don't just go and buy any product. No. You see the Agrovet guys, they are there just for sales. So they can sell anything to you,
Yeah.
Even fake ones.
in the fake ones. So you need to have the approved list from the PCPB.
Yes.
Yes.
We have some pests, quarantine pests, like FCM, which
Yes, yes.
sometimes is a problem when you're exporting the fruit. So can you tell Mr. Muriuki how to control the pests?
Mr. Muruki, there are several pests which normally attack this crop, but the two major pests of concern is fruit fly and FCM.
FCM is false cod moth.
FCM is fall called moth, and this other one is fruit fly. In the fruit fly, there are several species, but the
Yes.
most common is the one is called CC, Ceratitis capitata, and the BI, Bactocera invadens.
Yes.
When you are managing your FCM and these pests are nocturnal, you cannot see them during the day.
Yes.
So they are normally monitored using traps.
Yes.
There is a trap by the name Delta trap.
Yes.
Delta trap, it has a lure.
Yeah.
That lure, it has some scent, the pheromone lures. They
Yes.
normally, they have that scent of female such that when we have some male
Male.
FCM,
Yes.
they will smell like there is a female in such an area. So they
Yes.
will come, when they are coming for the sake of mating,
Yes.
then that white Delta trap, that trap,
Yes.
it has some sticky parts.
Yes.
The moment it comes there, it will be trapped by the sticky part.
That
So
is the male one.
the male ones.
male.
Compared to the female one.
So you see now, the moment you trap the male,
You know
you are on safe side. In this manner, they normally these pests they normally interfere with the crops when they are in breeding.
Yes.
Yes. So because they normally lay their eggs in those fruits.
So the trap, I hang it on a branch.
You just are like 1.5 meters. That's enough.
So the point of the trap is to make sure you know the pest is there.
Yeah, yeah. You monitor your pest,
Yes.
and there are recommendable rates.
Yes.
If maybe you are doing massive trapping,
Yes.
you don't have to use the issues of chemicals. You can have 4 traps in 1 hectare.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But if the number increases,
Yes.
you will have to increase your traps.
Mr. Muriuki is more on organic. He doesn't want these
So
chemical
now
things,
let's
so-
talk of organic. No,
Yes.
manage your FCM. Manage.
Yes.
The FCM use those. They are called data traps.
Oh,
FCM.
traps.
Yes.
They help
F-
the FCM.
Yes.
Just like fruit flies.
Yeah. The fruit fly. The one for fruit fly is called. We have some traps still for the fruit flies.
So both can be managed by traps.
Yes. It's
There's a
both
trap
yeah
for
traps.
FCM,
Yes.
a trap for
Yes.
fruit fly.
Yes.
Any bioextract or biological?
Yes. We
control?
have some biological for FCM. It's called cryptogram.
Cryptogram,
We still have
yes.
some biologicals for these chemicals. Yes. Like FCM, we have cryptogram.
Yes.
Yes.
Any other chemicals now?
There is
that can
another
be
way of
used?
even managing your fruit flies. It's
Yes.
called baiting.
Yes.
In baiting,
Yes.
you need something to attract those fruit flies.
Yes.
How? You can have like molasses. You mix your molasses with the insecticide, any insecticide with deltamethrin.
Yes.
Deltamethrin kills, like
Yes.
daisies and the likes of Kinhatom.
Yeah.
They can kill. What you normally do, when you mix your molasses
Yes.
with that chemical, then don't spray the crop. You do what it's called spot sprays. Along in the boundaries of your orchard,
Yes.
you go spray the bushes. So what will happen? That interesting scent of molasses will attract the fruit flies. When they come to feed on that molasses, you see now it has been poisoned.
Yes.
So in the
on
process-
on the forest.
Yes.
Now not on the crop.
Not on the crop.
Yes.
Yeah, on the edges. Yes. Those are fruit flies.
What? That is called trap and kill.
Yes.
You
yes.
trap
It
the
will
pest
tap
and then you kill.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Also, when it comes to issues of fruit flies, make sure there is no any mango
mango tree
yeah.
around.
You should avoid those
It's an
crops
alternate
which
host.
normally share pest with your
Okay.
avocados. And
Alternate
it should
host.
always decide it should be a collective responsibility. If you have your avocados here,
Yes.
So maybe you can talk to your farmers, maybe if you don't have too many
We
mango
also
trees.
have fruit flies on courgettes, so it's a different.
Yeah, for courgettes, they are called melon flies. I don't know whether they are
Yes,
melon
it's a
flies.
melon. So it doesn't affect. It's not an alternate host for the
No,
avocado tree.
not exactly. What is food is fruit, chilies. Chilies, they have FCM. This one,
Yes.
they have FCM.
Yeah. So we can't. Have
Then
chilies
mangoes, they have fruity flies. This one, they have fruity flies.
fruit fly.
Chilies, they have FCM.
Yes.
FCM,
chilies.
Even the
yes.
green chilies, like even the red chilies.
All
Yes, yes.
chilies.
All the chilies.
All chilies. You
Yes.
can do chilies here.
No, I was thinking chilies scare.
Not in all cases,
Yes,
chilies.
yeah.
Care. Okay, in some point, I think chilies can be used to push away.
Yeah, push-pull
pest.
method. The
Yes,
push-pull
push-pull
method.
method. But if it's an alternate host, can't be used.
Yes,
Is
yes.
that what you're trying to say?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Mr. Jacob.
Another pest you can have some mealybugs, but not very rare. You can have scales,
Mealybugs.
very rare. You can have thrips, very rare.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think Mr. Muriuki also we haven't touched how we can protect the pest on the ground crops, because in tomatoes, in potatoes, in beans, in the pumpkins, we have issues with pests.
Yes.
And
So
they
you know,
are not advised on how to
these other
control
crops, it's always advisable. You can do some scoutings, get to
Yes.
know the pest which is attacking your crop.
yeah,
Get to know the fungal which is attacking your crop. Like the potatoes, it has a cases of blight. So
yeah,
you spray against the blight. You can
yes.
use the blue copper. Copper has worked very well on the blight. And also ridomil works very well on blight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me take you back before we come back to the program manager.
Yes.
The spacing, you said the ideal one is
5 by 5.
5 by 5.
Yes.
If I do 5 by 5 spacing,
Yes.
in 1 acre, how many plants will I attain?
Expect per hectare.
Let's talk maybe if it's per hectare.
No, acre. Let's work with
Acre.
an
Per hectare, you can get 400, then divided by 2.5, you can have like,
Let's just work with an acre.
yes, in an acre,
Yeah, acre. If I do 5 by 5,
if you do 5 by
will I
5,
end
let
up
me
with
tell you,
100 trees or
let me tell you the number, because in 1 acre, you can get like 160,
163.
160
how do
trees.
you get those numbers? I'm just making
The way I'm getting these numbers,
Yes.
let's go to the dimensions, like dimensions of 1 hectare.
Yes.
We'll come back.
Hectare.
You said 1 hectare is 100 by 100.
Yes.
In 100 by 100,
1 acre or hectare.
let's start by hectare.
Yes.
Hectare, the
yeah.
bigger one.
Yeah.
Hectare, it's 10,000 meters.
Yes.
So it's 100 by 100. So if we are,
Acre. We are in hectare now.
yes.
Where are you going to? The
100 by
hectares.
So if it's 100 by 100, so 100 divided by 5, you'll have 20. Then 20 by 20, you'll have what? 400. Then if you want now to come to the smallest units, you can. It is said 1 hectare is equivalent to 2.5 acres.
Acres.
So you can
yes.
divide 400 by 2.5.
5.
You can get a roughly. It will not always be exactly, because there are issues of you'll have to leave some space in the hedge for the tractor, for the movement and the rest. But within that range of 160.
So per hectare is 400.
Yes,
Per hectare,
per hectare,
400
yeah.
trees. When the spacing is 5
5 by 5. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're doing like what I've done now, 7,
Yes.
that will reduce the.
Yes. You see, the more you space, the more you love.
I wanted to
Small
see that-
population.
do that number so that I can now, once I understand the formula,
Yes.
let's go back to this one of 5 by 5.
Yes.
Sorry, 5 by 5 is 25.
Yes.
We are trying
No.
to explain the spacing and population.
Yes.
I just want to see that formula, the way it works out.
Like let's
Say
take
it's
from
100 by 100.
yes.
That is constant.
Yes.
So 100, it's 100 by 100.
Yes.
Divided
Divided by like that 5.
by 25 or 5.
By 5.
100 by 5 is 20.
20.
Yes.
So you will have 20 this way, then 20 this way. When you want to know the total population, you just multiply this way and this way.
20 by 20.
Or you can as well.
No, it's okay, I've got
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
You are saying it's 100 divided by 5.
By
5,
five.
you get
So
20.
To get per row.
The denominator is the one which is moving.
Yes.
So the 100 will be constant.
Constant. Yes,
So
yes.
if I'm doing 7,
Yes.
I'll have the 100 divided by 7.
Yes, yes.
We should be probably, I don't know, 9 or whatever it is,
Yes.
much lower.
Yes.
Then the 20 remains.
Yes.
The rows,
Yes, yes,
isn't it?
yes.
I think it will come to like 120 or
Yes,
there.
yes. All the same, you can as well take like 1 hectare, say to be 10,000 meters. Then
Let's work with the first.
it's
That's
okay.
one, the first one is very straightforward.
Okay, okay.
It is 100
Divided by
by
spacing, you're
by the
spacing.
space 5,
Yes.
20,
Yes.
20,
Yes.
is 20 rows.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
400
Yes,
divided
yes.
by 4
Yes.
to convert now into an acre,
We divide by 2.5.
which is 4 now.
Yes.
Let's go again.
Yes.
100
Yes, divided by.
divided by
You are spacing.
5,
Yes.
20.
20
20 times 20,
Yes.
which is a row,
Yes.
400.
Yes.
To get that is a hectare now.
per
Yes, yes.
hectare,
So
yeah.
to get an acre,
Per
by
acre.
2.5.
Yes.
You are right.
So what is the denominator is one that will move now. The
Yes.
denominator is the spacing. That's
Yes.
what I wanted to
Yes,
understand.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
All the others will be fairly
Yeah,
consistent.
yeah,
Yes.
constant.
Thank you for that. It's powerful information. You know,
Yes.
when you are planting, you are being told an acre should give you 100. But
Yes.
no one was giving me that technical.
Yes,
Okay.
the formula to get. But you see now, it will not be exactly.
Yes, it's a guide.
It's a guide. Yes,
Yes.
it's a guide.
It's a
Yes.
guide.
Because maybe you may find that you are 1 hectare. In your boundaries, within that you just have one. There is no that
But it's just a
excess.
guide. You
Okay.
work with that. It's a guide. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, yes,
So the more the spacing, the lower the population.
yes.
The squeezed the spacing,
The higher the
The
population.
higher the
higher
population, yeah.
Yes.
So
there
the,
is a downside of high population and a low population.
Yes, yes,
High population out of pruning.
yes, yes.
yes.
When you do a small spacing, you'll have to prune
Prune.
too much.
Too much.
The
Yes.
aggressive. You'll have to do aggressive pruning.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's more of striking a balance.
yes, yes,
So maybe I will look at 6. I'm looking at 5 and 7.
yes,
I think the next one I'll do a spacing of 6.
yes, yes,
But I like that formula.
yes,
It
yes.
explains.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just take a short walk. There's some browning I've seen. You're done with that?
We still have some issues of fungus. The common fungus we have, they are anthracnose and Sarcospora spots, but they are not that much. The moment you manage your canopy well,
Yes.
you'll not have those.
The black spots
Issue.
come in because
The Sarcospora they are all fungus.
Yeah.
They are
too
fungus.
much.
Yes.
Black
Yes. Then it is always advisable. You can be doing. You need to do preventive measures. Don't allow fungus to enter to your to develop your crops. It's always advisable to do some blue coppers quarterly. After every 3 months, you can do.
What
you
we will
spray.
do, we will be having something
Spray
practically,
program. Yes.
practically where we can prune a tree
Yes.
to show Mr. Muriuki the difference.
Yes. Yes.
So next time when we'll come with pruning machines to
Yes,
make
yes.
sure that we prune one or some of the
We
trees,
prune for him.
so that we can show you in the difference.
There's another issue I was to tell you.
Yes.
It's always advisable you support your young seedlings. Because the
Yes.
moment you plant them,
Yes.
because of the issues of the winds, the
Yeah.
winds can blow them away, or they can take the bed in shapes. It should grow upwards.
Yes.
So have a support.
So none of the branches should touch the ground.
Yes, yes. Then on the same, the issues of
How should you do it? The support.
when you are
Explain.
supporting,
Yes.
I wish if we had a small.
Do you do it with
seedling.
strings?
Yeah, you just do it with the string.
Yeah.
What you normally do, Mr. Muriuki, you need to know the
Have a small
yes.
seed which I planted here.
Yes. You need to know the direction of your wind.
The wind here comes
If your wind is coming from this side, assume now this was your avocado tree, and the wind is blowing from this side. What do you expect? It will blow this one this side. So have your support here, and this support should not be too close to this. You should avoid interfering with the root system. Have it a bit far from this one. Then when you are tying it,
Yes.
don't tie it that close.
Yeah.
Make sure there is a space like that it can swing. Don't just the moment you tie it completely,
Yes.
it will swell.
Yeah.
The moment
You can
it,
cause
some-
mechanical
yeah,
damage.
it can cause some mechanical
Okay.
damage.
small clarification.
Yeah.
The support is a plant like a small.
You have a small stick,
Yes.
support, yeah, and make sure
tie there.
you
I
tie, then
the-
you
with the
bring.
thread,
Yes,
I
yes,
pull it this way.
yes.
That other
And
part.
don't tie it tightly.
Yes.
The moment you tie it tightly, the moment when it's growing, you know the cells are multiplying.
Yeah.
Yes, it will reach a time. It will do what? How is it called?
Using the fetal and then you are attaching the string to the
Yes.
to the
Don't
branch.
choke it.
Yes, it will choke it. Yes, it
Yeah.
will choke it. Yes,
It has to be monitored.
yes, yeah. You need to be monitoring.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
After they are strong enough, you can remove your stick.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jacob.
Yes.
Now you can keep on tuned on our channel. Thank you, Mr. Muriuki, for taking us through avocado production. I'm sure now many farmers out there can opt for avocado, and they can do it right because you've shown them the way. We have also heard from our experts, and we are very grateful. Kindly, if you want to see more videos or to learn more from us, you can subscribe to my channel, that is Mary Ndanze. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, that is Mary Ndanze. Or you can text me via WhatsApp. My number is 0704-227-365. Thank you, and next time we are on your farm.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You can